Good evening. Happy New Year. It's beautiful seeing your faces again. I understand that the last year wasn't quite easy. The pandemic, the natural disaster, a lot of things happened and it took our joy away. But I believe this year will be much more better. For those of you that are coming new, welcome to the Glass Congress. This is a family of love where we analyze, we educate, we teach, we research on methods that works. A method that advances your dream, your career, your businesses, your country. For our international communities, thanks for the support, thanks for your followership. We don't take light or make joke of you. You are one of our big plugs. So we sincerely, from the depth of our heart, we appreciate you. From those of our family members that are coming from Ghana, from Sierra Leone, and every country from West Africa that made it possible here based on our quick call, I appreciate you. Tonight I'll be quickly exploring or exulting on a topic, on a subject I titled Develop Your Mind. Media, you can title it Develop Your Mind, yeah. First, what is develop? What does it mean to develop? Developing is a process that creates growth, progress, positive change, or the addiction of physical, economic, environmental, social, and demographic components. First, development is a process that creates growth. So far, last year, will you say you are growing? What have you done that creates growth, or where are you right now? Would you perfectly boast that you've grown over the years? In your school, in your grades, in your businesses, in your financial status, would you say you've grown? If you can boldly say yes to this question, I congratulate you. But if you're still confused to us where you are right now, that is why we are here, to guide you. First, before a butterfly becomes a butterfly, it first becomes a caterpillar. Now from that caterpillar stage, it grows beautiful, it develops into becoming a butterfly. A lot of us are caterpillars right now. And before we can grow to the stage of the butterfly, you need to listen to messages like this, you need to study, you need to research, and you need to grow individually. Don't blame the government for not providing the basic amenities for growth. In each and every one of us lies the possibility to grow even beyond the government. One can be so wealthy. One can be so famous even without the help of the government. So why rely much on the government? This is not the year to cast our lots. This is a year to sit down, strategize properly on what is needed and what we need to do to progress each and every one of us and our nations at large. And it's a year to pay more focus on mind therapy. First, we are facing dark times because of the presence of dark minds. Your mind is your engine and your treasure room. So if you don't protect it, it will be eaten by termites and you have nothing. Earlier, was it last year? Yes, December period or so, I watched a clip that saddened my heart. A young man, a very vibrant youth, jumped into the lagoon in Lagos State, Nigeria to be precise. And the wife raised a statement that the husband was quite depressed. And it saddened my heart. I said to myself, why would a young man, full of life, jump into the lagoon? That's the same question. And when I go online, I saw a lot of comments, and I was saddened. You know why? We pay little or no attention to mind therapy, and that's quite disheartening. If that young boy was listening to what you're listening to now, probably he might not. And mind you, Each and every one of us right now are saying, God forbid I can't take my life. Yes, but there comes a time, if you don't sit down and plan your life, you'll be so depressed that you wouldn't know what to do. You feel like ending your life. And I pray it will not come to that. That is why we are a studious family that is quite dedicated to making sure our nation, will move further into achieving a perfect future for our children and generations yet unborn. You can change the dynasty of poverty in your life, in your family. God is not looking for a made man. No, God is looking for a weak man to make the weak man strong. Don't look at your uncle who is not supporting you. Don't look at the government who is not financing you or providing the necessary basic amenities for your growth. Don't look at them. Look right in between. Look deep in yourself and say, I can, I will, and I must. It's okay to lose friends on your path to progress. The path to stardom is boring and lonely, but it's worth the walk. In no time, your destination will glorify you. The life of a star is not without scars. Along the path, you will gather a lot of experiences that might break you or they might make you. It depends on you to choose. Like I said, tonight I'm doing more of an exaltation than teaching. I want to exalt you. I want you to radiate positive energy. Every dark matter around you, let it go. Let it go. You don't have to depend on man. It's okay to believe in a man, but it's not okay to depend on man. The only person you should depend on is on God. You should depend on God, not on man. Work to be better every day. 5 warning or signs of mental illness is long-lasting sadness, extreme high and low moods, excessive fear, worry or anxiety, social withdrawal, dramatic changes in eating or sleeping habits. You just see someone getting angry for no reason. Why? And you think it's funny. You have 3 square meals to eat. Somebody in an IDP camp have nothing. You are privileged to be seated here today to listen to me. Someone doesn't even have 100 naira data, and someone can't even afford 100 naira. And we are all here. No, we need to be better. We need to reach out to the I don't want to use the word inferior. I want to the most local part of the world. We need to enlighten them. We are the light. We are light carriers. You need to radiate to them. You need to reach out to them. Not just by food. You need to inform them. You need to educate them. You need to know what makes them to be the way they are. You need to provide for them. You need to love them. You need to embrace them. This is what we need to be doing this year. Developing ourselves together, holding hands and becoming the butterfly we desire to be. And not, why have, what was it called again? Why allow religion to build a bridge between us all? Why allow ethnicity to be a bridge to develop ourselves into becoming beautiful butterflies? Why allowing hate, sentiments? There is nothing greater than love. This year you must practice love. It's part of the development process. Without love you hate, and you have nothing to gain hating someone. So this year, it's not the year to start hating someone. Xenophobia, no. If we must form a formidable war with each other, standing in total oneness. Okay, let me give you an instance. Maybe those of you in our Western world may not know what this is called, but there's a broom. There's something called a broom. Yeah, it's a broom. There's an adage in my hometown that says that you can break just a single of that broom, but when it's in the bunch, when it's tied together, you can easily bend it. You can easily break it. That is how we are. Individually, we are weak. But as a pack, we are stronger. That is why I like a film called The Lion King, right? Yeah, The Lion King. When the baby lion or the cub walked into and he challenged hyenas, and the baby lion roared, and the hyenas started laughing. But when he roared again, this time around it was different. Why? Because the father was standing right there. And the hyenas, they shook, they turned and they looked at this cub, and they were like, what is happening? And when they turned, they see the king of the jungle standing by the child, and they took to their heels. This is what we are doing this year. Becoming beautiful butterflies by aligning ourselves across the nations of the world in common goal, in common agenda. This is what we should be doing this year. Secondly, you have to pay attention to your nutrition, to your social and cultural practices and environment. If it's not healthy for you, flee. Life is precious. Don't die over nothing. Die for something this year. Say to someone, I choose to die for something. And we mustn't be afraid. Fear is the thing that has kept us down. Fear is why the bad government still becomes bad. They feed on your fear and make you see that without them you can do nothing. And when they come, and probably when one person is rising, they use the gun to chase that person away and we all flee. No. This is not the time to do that. We need to stand in unison and say no to corruption. Whoever that we have elected that is in a governmental position, it's a public office. It's not a private office. We elected them. We can remove them if we have one voice. This is if you notice, if there is a movement that is coming that is so powerful, there is a threat to corruption. Corruption fights back by inspiring fear. And when we scatter in fear, we can't unite. So this time is not a time to start casting sentimental. We can't be mad at the same time. Greater percentage of us can't be mad. Yes, there's something called wrong doctrine. Wrong doctrine can make greater percentage of people believe in the wrong thing. But when someone catches the light reduplicates each other. The light is like it's like a revealer. It goes into darkness, and darkness comprehends it not. We are lights. We should shine into one another. And this year, that is just what I want you to do. I want you to shine. We can say no to corruption. We can say no to bad government or bad governance. We can say no to it. Only if we don't allow ourselves to be distracted. We need to develop ourselves. We need to form a bond. Develop your mental health. It is important you do so. Now, how to develop your mental health? Connect with like minds. I saw a beautiful post and it really blessed my life. Up to date, it still does. Whereby a sheep is leading I think a sheep was leading lions or so. But a lion leading a sheep, which do you think will be more effective? Is it the lion leading the sheep or the sheep leading the lions? You must identify with your like minds today. Identify with the right pack. If your friends, your connection is not healthy, let them go. Don't die out of sentiment. Your future depends on your associations. If no one in your circle ever dreams big, let them go. You don't have to please man. You need to dream big, even though you might start little, but dream big. Don't tell your dreams to anyone that will say, are you sure you are confused? No. Any discouragement, anyone that discourages you in your dream, let them go. And secondly, be physical. Be physically active. Be fit. This is not a time to gain weight. No. You need to exercise your body. You need to go for exercise. Learn new skills. Right now, the world is going beyond certificates. The world is looking for people that have skills. You need to go for skills. If you want to learn how to be a seamstress, go and learn it. A driver, anything, go and learn it. If you want to practice medicine, go ahead. Learn something new. Study, explore, and deploy. Visualize, imagine, and always see the biggest version of yourself. See beyond your imagination, your environment, your fears. Think big always. Be mindful of bad energies. Be careful of visionless people and toxic people. Pay attention to the present and every moment. It counts. These are the things you need to do to develop yourself into a beautiful butterfly. If we must win the war against corruption, against COVID, against hate, against tribal sentiments, religious sentiment, we must develop ourselves into butterflies. So as you go back today, go and charge your people. Tax them to always be better. Tax them to always be the best version of themselves. This is a goal we must all run with this year. And as time goes on, I will be teaching more on series on how we can all be better. Don't settle for less. I want to see giants. And by the end of the year, by the end of this meeting, we'll all share handouts. You must be part of a department. I think I will end with this simple word. Develop your mind to be better. And go for anything that develops yourself. Thank you.